Hi everybody, welcome to the Palmer's Teaching Kitchen at the Shotland YMCA. My name is Jason.
My name is James.
And I'm Lisa.
And we are going to teach you how to cook one of the best recipes that comes out of New York State in the Utica area. It is Chicken Riggies. Chicken Riggies, and this is the recipe, very, very secret recipe from the kitchen of Patty, a good friend of the YMCA, Patty. Chicken Riggies. So we're going to get you going here today, and we're excited to have you cook a really good meal for your family as you're quarantined. And hopefully everybody enjoys it. Let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get started with our recipe. The best thing about Chicken Riggies is that it incorporates a lot of vegetables, peppers, onions, hot cherry peppers, which are my favorite, gives it a lot of, some of that spice. We're gonna get into cutting up all of our vegetables and get them into the pan. That's gonna be step number one. At the same time, you could be boiling your pasta. We're gonna get that on here in a couple minutes as well, but I'm gonna turn it over to James to show you some sweet knife skills on how to cut some peppers and the other veggies we're putting in.
All right, guys, we're gonna cut a pepper here real quick for our dish. So first thing you wanna do, turn it on inside, and you wanna cut off the top right here. Get rid of that, throw it aside. Then you wanna flip it over, cut the bottom off right here. Then what you wanna do, flip it up, cut down from the top to bottom, flip it on its side, and then all you're gonna do is slide your knife along and roll the pepper. And you get rid of that, all the seeds, toss it in there, chop them up, and then you want to cut them into long strips. Watch your fingers, always keep your fingers behind the blade. Push them aside. All these peppers are pre-washed too. We washed our hands, we're wearing gloves, and as you can see, we are standing 6 feet apart.
6 feet, 6 feet, social D. I would also like to point out, this is very important to remember, knife skills are not something everybody has. Obviously, James is a pro, but most importantly, we run knife skill classes here in our Palmer's Teaching Kitchen with one of our resident chefs, Chef Tom, and he taught us this skill with the peppers a couple weeks ago when we had a little spot on TV, and Chef Tom's a great chef. Such a great opportunity for us to learn, and for you too. But most importantly right now, check out Lisa's peppers.
Much easier than the way I've been doing it for the past 20 years.
All right, great. So now we are ready. We've got all of our peppers cut. We've got our bell peppers. We've got our hot cherry tomatoes and our onions all cut up, ready to go. As we are going to start putting things into the pans, first you're going to drop a stick of butter into your frying pans. We have smaller frying pans, so we're going to do this basically just 2 pans of it, split it in half. So you want 1 stick of butter to go with your 4 to 6 hot cherry peppers, or 4 to 6 hot cherry peppers, your 4 to 6 bell peppers, and then 1 medium-sized onion chopped up finely. We also are going to have chicken, obviously, Chicken Riggies. So I'm going to have James and Lisa, they're going to start cutting up the chicken. You can cut this whatever size you want. It could be big, small. Remember, you're going to be taking bites of this with your pasta as you get down to it. So I'm going to start putting things into the pans here as we get going. My favorite meal is the good Italian Chicken Riggies. You've got greens and beans on the side. That's how you know you've been to Utica. James, my man over here, cooks some mean greens and beans. Right, James?
Sure do.
You want your pans to be nice and hot. You want to know how to work the stove. There we go. Now we're going to dip our onions and peppers into these. Make sure you make a mess too. It's important. What else do you have to do right now while you're quarantined other than cook, eat, and then of course clean up after yourself? Most important thing. But while you're doing that, here's another tip. While you're cooking, you watch Lisa, James, obviously we are the epitome of health, probably going from most healthy to least healthy. But as we move, we're going to cook. It's always good. Cook, hit a squat or two. Look at this. Everybody watch out. Social distancing, cooking, holistic approach. A couple push-ups on the stove. Don't burn your face. Don't burn your face. Listen, if you're not doing it holistically when it comes to the YMCA, that's what we do. Holistic approach to health. Eating, cooking, wellness. We got it. All right, as our peppers and onions are sizzling, so are we. I don't know if you can tell, but this is getting us swole.
You ready to clap, James?
Oh. Even though our peppers are getting soft, We are not.
still
Look
going.
at Lisa.
Still going.
And James, he hasn't even stopped doing this. He can't stop. He won't stop. We're crushing it in the YMCA even through quarantine. All right, our next step after our peppers and onions are about halfway done, so you got some softness, your onions are starting to become clear. Now you're gonna walk in, you're gonna put your chicken in. I'm gonna let James and Lisa hit that one at a time so we can maintain our social balance distancing. At the same time, we're going to add our diced tomatoes, and we're going to mix those in. James will get that nice and mixed together. So now you're getting all that great pepper onions, especially those hot pepper flavor, really starting to absorb into your chicken. We pre-cooked our chicken, so we were ready to go. This was done by way of pot and boiled water. Again, you can chop your chicken up, put it right in with your mixture, make sure your chicken is cooked before, of course, you eat it. But this is one way to do it. So now we'll get our tomatoes in there that James is adding. Thanks, James. All right, so the last step here, once we get this stuff cooking, we're going to turn our pan down just a little bit so it's not so hot. You want the stuff to, of course, keep cooking, but now that we get our mixture in, the second important piece, probably the most important piece, is to add your white cooking wine. Of course, non-alcoholic. If you don't have your white cooking wine at home, you can get it at Wegmans. You can always use a wine from the wine cellar. All right, we're on to the final stretch of making our chicken riggy dish. What we're gonna do is you can check out our nice pepper and onion and chicken and tomato mix here. It's ready to go. This is the star of the dish right here. We're gonna have James put together the sauce, the secret sauce, of course. James, take it away, my man.
All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. You're gonna pour it into the bowl like so. After that, you're gonna take a pint of heavy cream. You're gonna pour that right in with the sauce. And then what you wanna do is just mix it together.
And whiskey skills there, James.
Great skills. Another class that James will be teaching, whisking.
Whisking.
As James is mixing up the sauce, you'll notice that it becomes a nice pink sauce. It's like a vodka sauce looking, but that nice creamy pink sauce is going to add to your tomatoes, your peppers, and all the other, what I call the guts of the meal, and it's really going to have some amazing flavor.
All right, once you guys are done mixing, you're gonna wanna set that aside. What Jason is doing now is he's grabbing our cooked pasta and he's gonna put it into our pot here.
Uh-oh. This isn't going to be good.
Not bad.
Only a few lost. Get it into there. All right, this is a very important step. First, make sure our pasta's looking good. You got a nice big pan. This is something you want to have. You're going to turn this on low. You want it to simmer. Real slow and real light heat. It's going to help thicken your sauce. So we're going to start by putting the guts in. This is a very meticulous process for the real chicken riggy makers out there. We're going to dump in about 2 scoops at a time, and then we're going to slowly mix it into our pasta. Here's why you want to be careful when you're mixing. You don't want to ruin or rip your rigatonis. You want your rigatonis to stay nice and intact and round. They might flatten out a little bit, but you don't want to tear them apart. So you got to go slow. It also helps those noodles, of course, grab onto some flavor. Now, it might sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I'm just guessing that that's why this is the way the process is done, and I don't care because it's delicious. So this is what we'll tell you.
Put it to the bottom of our pot, stir it around, and just continue the process till I used up all the sauce in our bowl here. It's starting to coat really nicely. Looks delicious.
Just a little home tip as you put this together. It sometimes is nice if you're going to have leftover pasta to buy a little extra heavy cream, a little extra Hunt's or the tomato sauce, and put a little extra sauce on the side. When you reheat this in the microwave the next day for lunch, whatever that is, dump a little extra sauce on there. It gives a little more moisture and flavor, and we'll make that dish better multiple days in a row.
And again, as Jason said earlier, I'm trying to do it somewhat delicately so I don't rip or flatten out the rigatoni. I wish we had smell-o-vision. It's smells wonderful in this kitchen right now. And we're almost done.
The last step to making the pasta is going to, after we get our sauce in, we're going to dump some Parmesan cheese in, fresh Parmesan, store-bought Parmesan, however you want to do it, either way. Oh. Yep, we're going to put some over there for our gluten-free dish. We're adding a gluten-free option for some of our gluten-sensitive friends. So that's going to be over there for them. And so what we'll do is we're going to add a whole bunch, your choice. Parmesan can be up to you, but you're going to get it in there. And then we'll mix this up one more time. And then again, you want to get this sauce to thicken. That's why we're going to leave it on the stove just a little bit longer. Let it simmer a little bit. Make sure you keep stirring it. If you walk away and forget about it, you'll burn it to the bottom of the pan. And you really don't want that burnt flavor into this amazing dish. All right, so we're going to let this go. We got it on about a 2 on that stove. Slow, let it simmer, mix it up, and then pretty soon we're going to come back and show you the finished product. We're excited about that and hungry. All right, so we're cooking our gluten-free pasta for our GF friends. That'll be ready soon. But as you take a look at your pot, we've now turned off the stove. It's thickened up real nice. You can get a good glimpse here. We plated it. You serve this with your family. Get some bread, a nice Italian loaf of bread. And that's all you're gonna need. It doesn't take a lot. So if you come over here, you're gonna check out our finished product. This is your, from Patty's Kitchen, Patty Stefanski's Chicken Rigitonis, straight out of Utica. We hope you enjoy it. We're gonna put the recipe up with it. Everybody take a bite, let me know what you think.
Delicious. So good.
Oh yeah.
James, listen, James
Nice
and I,
food.
we know food.
We know food.
We know food.
Yeah.
This is good food.
We miss everybody so much at our YMCAs across Rochester. We can't wait to get this thing over with and have everybody back in our branches. We hope this was something you could do as a family. Do it, for fun. If you're at home with your people and you're quarantined, you don't have to keep your distance. That's a tougher thing to do. But when you go out of your house, make sure you are. Thank you so much. Enjoy the food. Stay healthy, stay fit. Hit some squats before you eat or after. Squats, good. Go for a run, spend some time outside.
Go Bills.
Go Bills, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.